Hello, you're here with Miss Libby Rose, and today we're going to be doing driving test number 6. For this test you will need a sewing machine, scissors, thread, iron, some pins and some fat quarters. Also, you will need the pattern which you can download from the blog. You can find the link in the description below. Then you can use your fat quarters to cut 4 pieces on the fold of the fabric. Once you've cut around your 4 pieces, start to lay them out. You want to decide which ones you want going together on either side of the bag. So 2 fabrics will be inside and 2 fabrics will be outside. So I've gone for a nautical theme, so I'm going to put these 2 together on one side, so I'm laying them right sides together, and do the same for the other 2. So good side facing good side, and then pin and sew around these 3 edges here. Now I know that I want this one on the outside of my bag, so I'm going to pin around the 3 sides. For the other one, I know this one's going to be on the inside, so I still pin the same. I'm going to leave a gap in the bottom. One handy tip is to pop pins in the bottom the other way so that I know not to stitch along there. The next step is to stitch around these edges. So I'm going to line up the edge of the fabric with the edge of the foot. I do backwards and forwards to start. When I get to the corner, I do needle in and turn. Now I come to the point where the pins are a different way, so I stop, I do a few backwards, and I leave my gap, and then I start stitching again. And then I stitch the other side. This time I'm not leaving a gap. The next step is to take the pins out, trim the corners, and then turn one the right way round, and it doesn't matter which one, and then insert one into the other so you have right sides facing each other. So all the way down to the corners, and line up all these top pieces. So line up seam to seam, pop a pin in the edge here, and again line up seam to seam on the other side, and then we pin the whole way around these tops. So once you've pinned all the way around, all the tops are together, we now stitch all the way around these curves, leaving these tops open. Then we take all of the pins out and just do a quick check that you've caught both sides. Sometimes it's often the case that we might have skipped or some bits might have slipped just with the pinning. So just double check the whole way around while you're taking your pins out. Whenever we sew curves, we generally put notches in just to stop it from bunching up when we turn it through. So just doing some little notches in there. Quick check you've got all your pins out. notches in, and now we find the hole that we left earlier, and we're going to turn the whole thing through to the right way. Then put your hand in, find the arms, and then we just shuffle one inside the other. And the corners that we trimmed off earlier will hopefully give us nice sharp edges at the bottom here. The next step is to lay it all out and press it flat, just to get any of the creases out and so that our curves are sitting nicely. And then go to the top of the bag, to the parts that we left open, and fold one side in on itself. Press it flat. Go to the top on the same side and shuffle it inside. And when you're happy, pop a pin straight in. The second time you do it, leave the same amount of fold as you did on the first one and shuffle it in the same amount so you don't get lopsided arms. And then stitch across the top. And now for the last step, we want to go back inside the bag and find where that little hole was that we left to turn it through. And we want to stitch that up. If you make this stitch super neat, then it can be a fully reversible bag. Once that hole is all stitched up, that's driving test number 6 completed. For any more information on what you've seen today, go to the website, the blog, or pop in store and speak to one of our colleagues.